Okay, so quick little video on tapped harmonics. So firstly, playing regular harmonics. So you've got your natural harmonics, which are just against open string. And what you can do is, if you just lightly rest your finger over a certain point on the guitar. So in this case, it is lightly over the 12th fret. The 12th fret being this bar here, not this whole block in the middle. The fret is actually this. And so you need to lightly rest your finger over onto the string, not pushing down, just literally just set it on. And then hover it over the 12th fret wire on the string you want to play the harmonic for, and simply play the string. You'll notice you can play around with moving the finger as well. You'll notice that it creates different sounds, and you can even do a fun thing where you can just pluck the string and move your finger up and up. Just move your finger about. So, and you'll notice you'll get different sounds. So there's a few other harmonics you can do besides the 12, which are quite popular. I quite like the 9th. You also got the 7th fret and the 5th fret. So now tapped harmonics. So the basic idea behind a tapped harmonic is you will fret a note, and for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to fret the 2nd fret of the A string. Oops. And then to play the tapped harmonic, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap above the fret, which is again the metal piece, 12 frets higher than what I'm fretting. So if I'm fretting fret 2 of the A string, I want to tap at 2 plus 12, 14, fret 14 of that same string, which is here. There's the 12th fret with the double dots, 12, 13, 14. So then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap the string above the fret wire. I'm not pushing down, I'm not, you can see I'm not leaving it on. Because if you just push it, if you just press, you know, to go down without lifting your finger back up, it doesn't really ring out that much. So the basic motion of what I'm doing with the tap is I'm just going like this. Basically it's like you're tapping on a table. So I just apply that, not too much force, you know, I'm not going... It's not like a full hand movement, it's literally just just like a finger movement. You know, if you were like just tapping on a table going... So then I'm just applying that and I'm just going... Just tapping that around. So yeah, the way to get it consistently is just little bounce off and just over the fret wire. Once you've got this, you can, you know, the sky's the limit. You don't have to do the 12 frets away. You can also mimic the same idea of playing like the natural harmonic, which is, you know, at 9 frets, the 9th fret. Oops. You know, you would just simply add 9 to whatever fret number you're fretting. So if I do fret 3 of the, we'll say the E string. Keep in mind I'm playing 7 strings, but so 3rd fret of the E string, and I add 9 to that for 12. I can then play the what will basically be the 9th fret harmonic for when I'm fretting the 3rd fret, which will be here. So this leads us to some fun things you can do now to expand on this. So one thing you can do is you can keep fretting with the same fret with the left hand, and then move your right hand tapping about. Or you can do the opposite. You can tap the same fret and move your fretting hand about. You can also do other things, and this is my favorite thing to do and what I mainly use it for, is I predominantly do the 12 fret away thing, and I use that with chords. So if I, for example, play this bar chord here, I can tap that and go, which creates really nice sounding things. And then you can also go even more adventurous. Instead of just tapping one string at a time, you can tap two. So you can go that's actually a fun one to do, the major bar, because it's literally just a bar, so it's a dead easy shape to play, because you can just tap with one finger and just go. Which means if you like playing in drop D, you can just apply the same one finger thing to drop D. And because you're just tapping with this hand, you're not actually fretting anything, you can also expand further and play where you couldn't normally fret. So you can just go. Of course, you know that some of this isn't the most musical. Another nice trick about doing this sort of tapping is it helps you know where to play your pinch harmonics. Because when you're doing a pinch harmonic, all you're really doing, if you really break down the motion really slowly, is you are playing the string and then you are lightly touching it with your thumb. What this means is that wherever you can do a tap, basically where you do the tapped harmonic, is where you can play the pinch harmonic. Of course, the actual logistics of doing this is easier said than done. But if I go, say, further down, like over the actual sound hole where I'd actually normally pluck, So not the clearest, which brings me to my next point, is use distortion. That is also the easiest way to get your harmonics to sound, because trying to do them on an acoustic is very annoying and difficult. One other thing I'll say, especially when it comes to tapped harmonics, is be very, or just apply to tapping in general, be very cautious of creating extra string noise. So I'm just going to try and see if I can exaggerate this. So you don't want to like... So see that residue string noise? We don't want that. So what I like to do is I will just put this fleshy bit of my palm against the string when I tap, and then that way the string noise is reduced. Yeah, that's really about it. Then if you want to go even further, you can also introduce, 8-finger tapping and, all the myriad of stuff that involves. Which can get into some really fun sort of really fun ideas where you can basically be playing something with your left hand and you can play it at the exact same time in your right hand and get an actual harmonic riff. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I know about tapped harmonics. Hopefully some of that is useful and inspires you to explore your own ideas and come up with some cool things with tapped harmonics, because really, the sky's the limit. So yeah, have fun.